to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta, and this time around we get you the show live from IIJS, which is India International Jewellery Show. And this is the second largest event in the world where you get showcasing of jewellery in such a huge manner. We have two very special guests joining us as well. Nirav Bhansali is convener IIJS, and we also have Ashish San. He's from Savio Jewellery. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us on CNBC-TV18.
Really pleasure.
Nirav, first to you, and what a great response. I mean, as you compare it to last year, and this is, by the way, a 39th edition of IIJS. Yes. What has been bigger, better, different into this one?
So everything has been bigger and better and incredible. The show has doubled. We are first time having it at dual venue. So we have got Geo as well as BEC at the same time. We have got 1850 exhibitors spread across 3,500 booths. In terms of visitors, we have crossed 50,000 visitors from 1,100 different cities. International visitors.
I heard there was a stampede at Geo and at this place
even
as well.
At the BEC. So, and it's not just the visitors, but the excitement and the business that has happened. I think our estimates are that we have crossed 70,000 crore worth of business in this show itself.
Nirav, I understand last year also when I was talking to GJEPC that 50,000 crores of business was done last year.
Yes.
So at 70,000 crore, it has been a huge jump. What is the mood around? Because everybody I have been talking to has been quite excited. A lot of orders seem to be going through as well. What is it that people are liking this time around?
So this is the first time that every single segment under the gems and jewelry is very happy. Be it gold jewelry, diamond jewelry, silver jewelry, people from Jaipur, exporters, color stones. So it's just incredible the way this time this event has shaped up and the business is happening. I don't know, but it's like sunshine is suddenly dawned upon this industry which was going through little tough times in the past. So it's been incredible.
So yes, I do understand that the second quarter of this year wasn't so great. Third quarter has started to pick up, and IIJS usually is looked at as a mood setter on how the second half of the year would really work with. So are you happy? Are you guys content with what the numbers are looking like?
Couldn't have been happier.
Okay.
It's the best IIJS ever for every single person. Ever.
All right.
And in terms of the execution also, I'm getting such positive feedback from whoever I'm meeting. I think not a single person can say that this time they are not happy. I think it's just the mood is amazing everywhere.
All right, and I'm sure a lot of hard work has gone behind this as well. Ashish, hi, and you are joining us from Rajasthan. And how has the mood been for you? How has the business been? Have you met a lot of people, a lot of networking happened?
Hi, so like this is our 14th edition of IIJS.
Okay.
And we are from Jaipur. It's commendable. IIJS is a Makkah Medina for gems and jewelry industry. And this time, as in like just Nirav said, 70,000 visitors. What more we can ask for? The best thing about this year was, it's not only the retail stores, the independent stores across India were certainly at the show. Secondly, if we talk about exporters, people from foreign countries, they were also there. There was a delegation from Iraq, Uzbekistan. So n number of delegations were there, and the people were serious. As you just said, 2 quarters were not that prominent. But this show has, I think, certainly changed the momentum of the industry. We are perceiving that this Diwali would be one of the best Diwali ever.
All right. So tell us on what really seems to be doing better right now. I mean, is it about diamonds? Is it about jewelry? What are people picking up? What seems to be of interest?
I think the industry has changed. Now, gone are those days that female wants to wear a plain, basic diamond jewelry. Everybody is finicky about design elements and craftsmanship. So it's like rapid innovation with craftsmanship. If it is gelled together, then it is a win-win situation. And coming from Jaipur, we tend to make plenty of color stone jewelry with diamonds. So there we get a competitive edge that yes, you have something different, which is out of the box.
So tell us, I mean, I do understand that jewelry, the designing clearly has been one of the things to look at. And I went around to some stalls as well. You know, there have been themes and the way the places have been lit up, and I think it's bigger and huge and humongous really seems to be the theme. Would you say that jewelry in size really seems to be increasing right now?
See,
and is there that kind of spend also coming in?
Yeah, so as in like the desire have increased. So as in every piece has a story behind it. Now it's like every woman wants that their personal jewelry should have a different identity. There should be a different story altogether, seeing their personality. So when we, while doing a designing, when we club in together, that makes a piece different. It's an artwork.
Yes, it's a story, it's an emotion, it's something that
As
you
in,
keep
like,
getting.
I can certainly say, because we were the first Indian to be in the Guinness Book of World Record, and we were also honored by the President of India, late Pranab Mukherjee. So that was really a blessing in disguise, because we created the first artwork from India.
Oh, absolutely. 70,000 crores worth of business is what you're expecting
Yes.
right now. Again, this is a question to you as well. So what is the industry size right now? Where are we headed with this one? And what would you say is doing better? Is it more diamonds? Is it still more gold? Is it platinum picking up? What is you doing now?
So gold is always going to be
Always
shining.
top,
I don't
yes.
think Indians, the affinity for gold is going to reduce, and it's only increasing. Even I'm very happy to see that even the younger generation, the newer girls, they're also loving gold. Diamonds, I don't think any girl is going to say no to it. But platinum is also one thing that is catching up very fast in India. The pricing of platinum over the years tend to be very affordable and attractive. So that is also one category so I think all the segments, basically jewelry, Indians and jewelry is really a good combination. And I think for the few years, we are being very organized now. As you see, new organized players are coming into it, and they are taking a good share of the market. So people have the confidence with HUID, the hallmarking that has come in,
Right.
e-invoicing that is coming. So our industry is getting very organized that way. And I think it's most of people over here are doing better. Any segment, I think everybody has done good business. So it's very difficult to pinpoint which segment is going to do well, because I can say everybody is going to do well. But one other thing that I want to bring your attention to is the lab-grown diamond industry, which we have showcased first time at the Jewel Convention Center. And today I went there, and the mood over there was euphoric. They said that people are actually buying, people are inquisitive, we have got a lot of footfalls. So this is one trend that is going to also come to India, and this is also one industry like natural diamonds. This is one industry that Indians are going to take over. We are going to be number one in that too.
Are you also getting into lab-grown diamonds?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No plans now.
All right. You know, there always is a caratage that Indians tend to buy. There are some times when the diamond drops do well, and then we saw solitaire start to do well. As of now, it's about aspirational markets as well. You are reaching out to tier 2, tier 3 cities as well.
Yeah.
Do you see all of that moving well? Where would you say we stand right now?
See, the thing is, Indians are like, the transformation has already done. So gone are those days, like people are going for the basic jewelry. The design element is the key success. So it's rapid innovation with technology, with designing. That is amalgamation is the key mantra. And eventually, if you talk about B cities or C-tier cities, everybody is design freak now. So they want something different, which is out of the box. That is, I think, the mool essence.
Okay.
Every woman wants to be different, like what he's saying.
Yeah, yes.
So, and India is also innovating very fast. So everybody's putting in a lot of effort in designing and technology and all.
So what's
we
your
are-
sense on domestic demand and exports as well? Because this is something, both the things that you look at.
Yeah. So exports is subdued, and it's being challenging for the first 2 quarters, has been challenging for our industry in general. I see the challenges to continue for 1-2 more quarters, because US is undergoing tough times. China is not opened up that we would have liked. So, and Europe has always been a little colder. So it's going to be a little challenging. But because of this Indian demand that has just popped up, I think there is a sense of relief with the diamond traders, with the jewelry manufacturers.
Is there any percentage number that you're working with on how much could we be looking at a second half in sense of demand on a quarter-on-quarter basis even?
So you're talking for global?
Indian markets.
Indian market is going to be pretty solid. I think we can go maybe 30-40% higher also. The first quarter's numbers just came in for Tanishq, and they were 20% up. But I think this quarter and the coming quarter, they could cross maybe 35-40% jump also. I was talking to a few people from their team, and they are very optimistic.
Ashish, any sense that you're putting on this?
As in, like, seeing this IIJS show, I think all the figures are really very low. It's bizarre. We are sitting on the 4th day, and we are like, to whom to give to the jewelry to, because as in, like, we are already booked for 6 months. So we have that much work. So what more we can ask for?
All right, Ashish, thank you so much for joining us. Well, clearly very strong numbers coming in. The footfall is huge. 50,000 people walking in, 70,000 crores worth of work being done, and the market only looks bullish from here on. With that, we'll take a very short break, but don't go anywhere, because this discussion continues on the other side as well. Welcome back. You're joining us on Commodity Champions, which we are live at from IIJS, which is the world's second largest jewelry festival or jewelry exhibition, let's say that. Joining us is a new set of guests now. We have with us Mr. Yash Agarwal, who's from Bedi Chand Ghanshyam Das. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have with us Mr. Tamreed Abdullah from Jawara Jewellers. He's the Deputy CEO there. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Abdullah, let me start with you first. And while we have seen a slowdown in US and China to some sense, Middle East definitely seems to be growing right now. The jewelry demand, the jewelry numbers, and even the expansions that we hear from Middle East have been on the higher side.
Absolutely. I mean, today the expansion of business in the Middle East is an ongoing thing. Maybe it's not a great progress, but it's ongoing to betterment for sure. And again, we look at the IIJS show here as one of our main supply for jewelry. Today, we look at the United Arab Emirates and India in terms of the business of the jewelry. It's like two faces to one coin. Today, without the Indian suppliers here, we can do much less.
Mr. Abdullah, what are the numbers like in Middle East? How important is India as a market? And would you also say that as in India, you know, almost 85 to 90% of jewelry businesses are jewelry houses. It's a family business. Is that how it is also at Middle East?
It is definitely today jewelry business is mainly families because families can maintain and constantly grow the business because they love the business. I mean, today we are the fourth generation in this business. Our company has been registered back in 1907. So it's almost 114, 115 years old family in the business. Today, we are proud to be in this business. I've been asked once by one of the interviewers some time ago, if you are reborn again, what would you like to do? I said, I will do business, jewelry, nothing else. So that's our passion and our love.
And also, how would you look at India as a market, and how do you look at India as a market where you source from?
See, today, as I told you earlier, if without India, we cannot do much. Today, the Indian suppliers, manufacturers, have been doing great also for the past decade. They've been more adapting to our type of jewelry. So today, India became one of our main sources of the jewelry business. Today, we import out of our total sales more than 56% of the jewelry from India. So again, and it's growing so far.
So what would you say is the overall Middle East jewelry market right now? What is the kind of growth that you have seen until now?
See, I can tell you about our company in particular. We have done a double-digit growth from last year to this year, half, let's say, till June. We've done over 17% better than last year. Again, we've been attending most of the exhibitions happening in India, either in Jaipur, in Mumbai, in South India. We've been also been introduced to new jewelers, new manufacturers, that they have some beautiful jewelry. And again, Indian jewelry is known to be intricate jewelry, finely made. It involves lots of hours to manufacture.
Yash, hi. Getting you in the conversation as well.
Yes,
so
I
India
was
clearly
pretty much involved into the conversation as Mr. Tawheed was telling everything, which is very inspiring.
It is, truly is. What would you say on how the first half of this year has been, Yash? I mean, it has been slow in sense of sales, but we have seen expansions come in. We saw a couple of IPOs come in as well.
Yes. So the first half of the year was slow, but what we have seen the growth in last 2 years, in that comparison, it was slow. But it wasn't a bad time. But then the quarter has just changed by IIJS, and we are all expecting it to be a booming year again.
Any numbers that you also are putting out on what do you expect the second half to be, and especially the Diwali time to be?
So this time Diwali is a little late, so the market is going to pick up late, and also the wedding season is later in the end of the year. I think the business is going to grow at least by 25% this year.
For the second half, that is.
Second half.
So exports apart from Middle East haven't really picked up in the other parts of the world.
Yeah, there has been a slowdown, and then there is a global war, which is a pandemic was there. The global war is there. So, I think apart from Middle East, there is no other market right now to concentrate on. Also.
Okay.
It's very nice to hear.
Because Middle East is opening up. The Saudi has started liberalizing their policy. It's becoming a very huge market too for Indians to see.
And what are we majorly exporting right now? I mean, is it diamonds? Is it studded gem jewelry? What is really doing well when it comes to exports?
So earlier we were only as a manufacturing hub. Now we are becoming a design hub as well. So we are exporting the quality designer-made jewelry as well to the world. And Middle East being one of the oldest partners and one of the patrons for us to take as the manufacturers and keeping the jewelry out over there, we have a huge inventory which goes to Middle East as a designed exclusive piece jewelry.
Yeah, sure. While we, of course, are looking at export numbers in a big way, but would you say that the domestic market is equally exciting? Are we looking at stronger numbers? And if yes, then what geographies do you see picking up faster?
India is the growing story, and everybody in the world is talking about India. Domestic market was always strong. We had a passion for jewelry. Like since the time a child is born in the family, the parents start collecting a small piece of jewelry in India. So that's how I don't see that dying, and it's keep on growing.
Does that happen in Middle East as well?
It does definitely. Again, we are two cultures that are very much the same. And again, sorry to add one small point to one of the main reasons of the growth of the business and exchange of business between our country and India. The new CEPA agreements being signed between United Arab Emirates and India has encouraged us to import more and more from India because there will be no any custom charges for whatever is imported from India, which means it's opened both doors all the way.
So, you know, at the IIJS in the last 4 or 5 days, we've seen a lot of conversations go through, whether it has been about demand, designs, creating records, even the pricing part of it, and of course the policies, measures, regulations, etc. What do you think needs to be done now to ensure that there is a further push for the industry?
So the couple of things are there that we need to ease out our export policies, which of course people have been talking about and we have been saying. So that's one thing. Other than that, the only thing which we need to grow this market into anywhere in the world is determination. I don't think so there is anything else which lacks.
You know, Yash, I was talking to so many people here, and there are second and third and fourth and fifth generations in some cases as well who've taken over into the industry there. Would you say a lot has changed with every generation that comes in?
Yes, I am the 5th generation jeweler. So that is one. I heard him saying that why do people are there into family businesses? Because jewelry is basically trust. And if a family member is not attached to the business, you don't have a trust in that business. So that's why we are generation to generation carrying on the legacy. So, yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
I see it as, sorry to interrupt you,
Sure.
but today I see it as like having the family doctor that the whole family goes to. The family jeweler is also one of these.
We know the remedies, basically. That's why we go. They come to us.
Okay. You know, with every few years that go by, and this is a question to both of you, and you can choose to answer first. We've seen gold do perfectly well, and then silver designs come in. Platinum made an entry. Diamonds have done well. Solitaires and fancy cuts came in, and then came the lab-grown diamonds as well. How do you look at the market for that?
See, again, the precious metals, the precious gemstones and the diamonds, etc. Today, whatever God has created on earth are the precious things. Today, I hope nobody gets offended, but I see the lab-grown diamonds, the lab-grown emeralds and sapphires, the doublet stones and all this. It's all, I think it's a phase and it dilutes, like we've seen back in the 70s when the cubic zirconia came into the market. Arbu said it's going to kill the natural diamond market, blah, blah, blah. And then it took its sparking. Then we got to the Mosonites back in the early 90s. And again, it's taken its sparking in its place. I see things going for the lab grown more or less in the same direction. But again, as long as there's creativity in India, which we see there's a lot of creativity. Every exhibition we come to, we realize that there are lots of new things and honestly competing with the international brand level. So I see big growth.
Well, I would add in that, I was reading Harry Winston, one of the most famous jewelers of all time. He said that natural diamond or a color stone, however small it can be, but it is going to be natural.
Yeah.
It is something which is gifted by God. The man cannot create it. So I don't foresee a much change in the trend. Yeah, but being the fashion, there's going to be increase in the market as the volume and the players are going to increase with who can afford jewelry more easily. So there is going to be a change, but not in the numbers for the natural diamonds or natural jewelry, but they will be increased, or there will be another market which is going to be created for CVDs and other.
Oh, well, absolutely. There's so many innovations happening, technology changes and whatnot. And we will, of course, look around at those markets. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdullah
Thank
Yash,
you,
for
madam.
joining
Thank
us
you.
today at
Pleasure.
CNBC-TV18.
Pleasure.
That's all the time that we have on Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.